What is happening, everybody? I am the Architect, and today I am bringing you guys another manga first impression video, this time on this little series called Hell's Paradise Jigokuraku by Yuji Kaku. Now, to be honest, I really didn't have plans to pick this series up. Honestly, I just tacked this on to one of my orders to get that sweet Right Stuff free shipping. But I had also heard some positive things from other manga tubers, and so I wanted to give it a shot to see if it really was as good as people say. And honestly, I really enjoyed this first volume, and I'm going to talk about it a little bit today. But before we get into that, if you're new to this channel, I post weekly manga-related videos, so if you're interested in that sort of thing and you want to see more, go ahead and hit that like button, move over and hit that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it if you hung around. I have a lot of cool stuff coming for December, so you'll want to check that out if that's something you're interested in. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into this little first impression. So the story of Hell's Paradise kicks off with a ninja assassin named Gabimaru, who has been sentenced to death for some really awful crimes. I think he kills like 20 people. And the people who have arrested him are actively trying to, well, put him to death. But Gabimaru just doesn't die. And I'm seriously, like, they try everything. They try decapitation. They try burning at the stake. They try boiling him in oil. They try pulling him apart by horses. Dude's just built different. Does not die. Apparently he had gone through some Saitama level training to the point where his ninjutsu levels are so high that he can resist death, which is interesting because he clearly states how much he wants to die, but we'll get into that later on. So when it becomes clear that nothing can kill this man, they call in an incredibly skilled decapitator executioner by the name of Yamada Asaimon Sagiri. I'll just refer to her as Sagiri for the rest of this. It's a lot easier. So Sagiri comes in, and Gabimaru is convinced that this is it, that this is the moment. He's going to get his head chopped off. It's going to be done and done. But instead of killing him, Sagiri presents him with an order from the shogun. Apparently, Gabimaru has been selected among a list of awful, like, death row criminals to be sent to an island named Shensenkyo in order to find the elixir of life. And this is a very strange and basically magical island. The shogun had sent dozens of his men there, and all of them have either died or turned into plants. Like, literal vines and buds growing out of them. I mean, ugh. So instead of risking more of his own people's lives, the shogun decides to just send 10 death row prisoners there because, I mean, who really cares what happens to them? And whoever is able to survive the island and bring back the elixir of life, basically their criminal records will be expunged and their executions will be called off. So this really starts to develop as like a battle royale type of story on a magical island with some dark elements to it. And it's honestly pretty interesting from what I've seen so far of this. Gabimaru as a main character, the dude is like a walking contradiction. I mean, he clearly states how he wants to die, he wants to be executed, but his body is still resisting every execution attempt. You know, with his ninjutsu powers or whatever it may be, he's resisting. He's married to a woman that he claims he can't stand, but it's his underlying love for her that actually gives him a reason to want to keep living. He's a vicious, murderous ninja who's killed at least 20 people that we know of so far, but he clearly states also that he detests killing and only does it when it's necessary. So Gabimaru's got some major conflicts with his character that I think it'll be interesting to see how those develop and advance while he's on the island with the other characters. And it also ties back to Sagiri. And we also start to see that Sagiri has some similar conflicts to Gabimaru. I mean, growing up in a clan of executioners, decapitators, being the only woman decapitator and feeling that she has to be the best one, but it becomes apparent that it's not really what she wants to do. And so there's definitely some chemistry to be had between her and Gabimaru, and it'll be interesting to see how that develops when they're on the island with the other characters. And speaking of the other characters, boy, there are some characters here. The side characters that are on the island, the other criminals, I mean, we have an assortment of different people, man. We have bandits, we have a giant, we have like just assassins and murderers, and a cannibal courtesan. Not gonna lie, I kind of want to see what she's all about. But honestly, it's off to a really, really good start with building up the two main leads and leading into this battle royale situation on this island and seeing how Gabimaru handles these other criminals. I mean, right now he seems super OP. I mean, he literally can't die at this rate. I mean, hopefully we start to see more balance going on between this, but right now I'm not complaining. This first volume was lit. Now, one of the interesting things about this story is that this is classed as a shonen. It showed up in Shonen Jump Plus, which is usually reserved for the more mature, darker type of stories and everything. But this is definitely a lot more mature than your typical shonen. I mean, it is mature rated, so anyone under the age 18 might want to steer clear of this. But honestly, I'm seeing elements of shonen and seinen in this. I mean, the fight scenes, the violence, the gore, the mature themes it's very seinen-esque in terms of the content, but I think the story is presented in a very shonen type of story, and I don't know how I can really describe that. Just the way that they set up Gabimaru and they set up this sort of battle royale competition type of deal just comes off as like a battle shonen, but with a lot of seinen elements. So if you're looking for a darker shonen series that has a lot of seinen type of elements in it, this might be something you like. Again, I honestly, when I got this in my haul, I thought it was a seinen, and I had to correct myself because you don't see very many shonen that are plus 18. At least I haven't. If you've seen 18 plus shonen out there, let me know. I might want to check some of those out anyway. But so far, man, this story is pretty interesting. I have volume 2 on my shelf. I'm going to check this out and see if I'm going to like it. I really like the artwork so far. I mean, Yuji Kaku's artwork, I don't know if you can see some of these shots, but it's very, very good right now. I'm really, really enjoying especially some of the fight scenes here and some of these full-page shots. It's very, very solid. I mean, look, I'm not the best when it comes to critiquing art. I mean, I can't even draw a straight line, okay? So I am not an artistic person. I really can't judge anybody's art. If it's drawn well and it looks good to me it's great. But I do actually believe that the artwork in this is very good, and I'm sure other people would agree who have read this and know what they're talking about. It is very nice. So overall, yeah, I was pleasantly surprised about this. Again, it wasn't a series that I was aiming to get. It was, like I said, a little tack-on order. I think I heard some other manga tubers talk about it. I really couldn't tell you who at the moment. I just know I've heard positive things, and I read the synopsis. It seemed like a cool thing. I haven't really read a battle royale type of series as of yet, so this was very, very good. If you want to call it like a shonen Blade of the Immortal, you might call it that. You might. But I do give this first volume anyway a very solid review. And so yeah, if you want a darker shonen, like a battle royale, dark fantasy type of shonen series with some seinen elements sprinkled in, Hell's Paradise might be what you're looking for. So guys, that is going to do it for this little first impression video. What do you guys think? Have you read Hell's Paradise? What do you think about it? Is it good, bad, you like it? Go ahead and put all that in the comments section. I'm always happy to read your comments, and I respond to as much as I can. Also, if you have any series that you want to recommend that you want me to do a first impression on in the future, go ahead and leave that in the comments as well. Always open to recommendations. I mean, this collection, I plan on doing this kind of thing for a long time. So, the more the merrier. And of course, like this video if you like it. Subscribe if you want to see more. And look forward to more videos that I have coming this month and for the foreseeable future. So, until next time, I am the Architect, and I will see you in the next video.
Perfect.